Welcome back to I've Got Something to Tell You with Tayler and
Colleen.
I really like your ring. I just saw it right now. That is pretty.
Thanks.
Love it. Show the camera. Show it off.
Little.
Where's it from?
Amazon.
Ooh.
Yeah. I just like buying those like big ring packs because I like switch them out with whatever color feels good for me that day.
I like that color.
Thanks.
Very nice.
I always wear my wedding ring, but then I always wear our bat rings.
Oh, yeah.
I never take that off, mostly because I don't know if it would come off.
That ring is tiny.
Yeah. She's on there forever.
I know. I wear that one on my pinky, but then it's like when you wash your hands, like it gets kind of loose. But then I don't know if it could fit on my ring finger, but I have if they can't come off, that freaks me out. I can. Yeah, yours looks like it's gonna come off.
Yeah, but it depends on, I guess, how much like sodium I have that day too. My
fingers
are
or
bloated.
If it's hot, your fingers get puffy. I have that problem. Anyway, ring talk. Have you been up to anything that I don't know of?
Well, I feel like I have to address the conversation that we had the last week. And
what conversation?
West.
Oh yeah, because you were
not the day after.
He's so funny. I listened to all his TikToks.
The immediate regret that I felt, like, and it was
to be fair though, before all this happened, he was funny.
Yeah,
and like him and Jesse together, like stupid funny.
Yeah, but. Not the day after I said all that stuff. Literally
broke right after. So she's no longer a West fan.
No, I hate him. He sucks.
He does suck. I'm getting kind of tired of the coverage, though. I'm not going to lie. If it has to do with the timeline, and the drama, heck yeah. Let me know all the details.
Yes.
But I don't give a fuck what he's doing on the weekend.
No.
Like, I don't care if he's sunbathing. Like, what kind of coverage is that?
I feel like they're trying to make it into the next Scandal, and it's just not quite like Summer House isn't Vanderpump Rules. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know. They're different tiers, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, it was yeah, because the Vanderpump thing was like shocking. It was a little different. This one,
it's way different when you're in a 10-year relationship with somebody and then you find out that they cheated on you with one of your good friends versus, and I'm not diminishing like the West and Sierra relationship because like he was a scumbag to her. And
I think that one's more about the friendship between Amanda and Sierra. Yeah.
And I have a hot take on this, and I'm not defending Amanda. I'm just looking at it from whatever mental state from what all I can say, and again, put my foot in my mouth again, probably, but from what she keeps saying on the show is like she'll never have anything better than Kyle. She doesn't think anybody will ever want her. Like, whatever mental state she was in to do that to a close friend, she needs some grace to figure herself out. Like, that's my take on it. Like, I think she's a very hurt individual. She's probably seeking some attention that he gave her and some validation that he gave her.
Oh, no, I agree. I think for sure, looking at it from that point, she was in a 10-year marriage that obviously didn't fulfill her.
Oh, and that he was awful to her?
He was awful to her. And I mean, I was never an Amanda fan.
Yeah.
But I feel like this season, which was like kind of disappointing, I actually did start liking her because I kind of felt like she was being more like authentic. So I'm like, I think my issue is I'm like, you hate your husband and you defend him all the time. But it was just that kind of thing like irritated me. But I feel like, I mean, we know what we know now, but like obviously either way she was ending the marriage. I think. But so I feel like I was finally like, okay, you go, girl. Like,
well, and I'm also like, don't be so hyper polarized where it's like you are constantly defending him and then now you're just like constantly shitting on him. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I get that probably it weighed on her of having constant.
Oh, no, I think so for sure. I totally get why she was shitting on him. But then it's also like, then leave him.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I always felt like when I was watching it too, especially in like the Paige and Hannah seasons, and even after that, I always felt like she really wanted to be in their position.
Yeah.
Like kind of like making fun of him because they could joke about it. It's not their husband. Like,
exactly.
And he did do stupid shit. And she's like, I'm kind of in between, but I want to be on this side of it.
Yes.
And I can't.
And then I feel like once Paige left, like Amanda came in hot trying to be like, I'm the cool one.
Okay,
left.
I agree with you. That's kind of where I was going next. I almost felt like, because I read something where they're like, Amanda would never do this to Paige. And I feel like it's because Amanda doesn't just like, I feel like she wants to be Paige almost.
I could see that, yeah.
And that's why I just feel like Sierra didn't really matter to her in that way. Mm-hmm. And I saw another thing where people were saying the last season Paige was on, she would only have her breakdowns like in front of Sierra. It was like never Amanda. And so I almost wonder if like she kind of clocked that a little bit too. Because like, you know, the friends you can be vulnerable with and the ones who are, I don't know. There's so much coming up now where I'm like, okay, I kind of see how she handles some situations and where she...
And I think there's probably something to be said about like being on reality TV for as long as her and Kyle have been, for it like skewing their own reality, that like she built into her, like Amanda built into her own hype a little bit too.
Oh yeah.
Because like everybody was like, Amanda's the cool, like Amanda is a cool, or like she dresses cool, like whatever. But like I feel like she got the girl's girl like storyline because of her association with Paige, and because Paige would always come to her defense.
I think so too.
But we clearly see the story now, and you can see her wanting the guy's attention more this season. Yeah.
And I actually never noticed it before, like the guy's attention part, until seeing the things that came out recently. Like, I don't know if you saw the clips of her in season 6, I think, like holding Craig's arm. And then they're just like standing there, like hugging. And it's really weird. Yeah. It's just like, you don't do that with each other. It's like,
yeah, I feel like, like, I don't know. I have guy friends and stuff, but like, there's a boundary. There's always like, a healthy respect, you know?
Yeah. And I'll show you the clips because I feel like, I don't know. We're both married. And I feel like if I saw any of my friends like in
hug,
this is like a lingering hug, like something you would do with your husband. I'd be like, bitch.
Yeah.
What are you doing? But anyway.
Anyways.
I just had to discuss. It was breaking news.
I was going to say, I had to address it because I know we formally retracted it on Instagram.
Team Sierra. Love her.
Did you see she posted too? That was like, if you guys are on my team right now, or if you're showing me support, like she's just posting about like showing support to like Girl Scouts that like are in her area and stuff like that. Like,
I did see the Girl Scout post. That was cute.
So cute.
And then I saw Paige and Hannah reposted it too. I was just like, girls.
Yes.
Love it.
Anyways. All right. Should we get into our stories?
Sure.
All right, Tayler, I've got something to tell you.
Yay.
All right. So I'm going to give a shout out because this week I was inspired. So this week was Easter. We're just coming off of Easter. And we had a family friend in town so I'm from Pacific Northwest. And we know there's some fucked up things that happen in the Pacific Northwest. So we were at Easter at my family's house and we started talking about true crime, as you do, with anybody from they love it. And so they brought this story up and I was like, forgot about this, and I'm just really excited to tell you because it's so freaking bizarre that I also want to I have theories for you, but at the same time I would love to know your theories.
Okay.
There's some ones that I want to throw out there that I couldn't find online, but I'm like, why not? So today I'm going to be telling you about the mystery of the Salish Sea feet, or the feet on the beach. It doesn't really matter what you call it. Because essentially this is a story about a bunch of dissected feet that keep showing up on the beaches in Pacific Northwest.
Gross.
So, just so we're orienting ourselves, the Salish Sea is located in the upper left corner of the United States, otherwise known as the Pacific Northwest.
Tracks.
But this is where Washington State meets Canada. It's also not really a sea, in my opinion. I also don't know how you define a sea, but I imagine sea is like ocean.
Is it not the same thing?
I don't know.
Okay.
But it's essentially this like almost like inland area, and it has a bunch of different waterways, channels, coves, but it's pretty large, like kind of in between. You know how like Washington kind of goes up and like out like that? It's it's that little space that goes in between Washington and Canada. I have a map that I will show you at some point, probably not during the recording, but we can post it.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's this maze of cold inland waterways, channels, coves, rocky islands, foggy beaches, and narrow passages between British Columbia and Washington. And if you know Pacific Northwest beaches, this whole area is also stunningly beautiful. It's rockier beaches filled with pine trees, gray skies, mist hanging over dark ocean water, and driftwood the size of entire trees. Love it. It's very Twilight.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where this all begins. It's August 20th, 2007. A 12-year-old girl is walking along the shoreline on Jedediah Island, British Columbia, Canada, which is small wooded island off the coast of Canada. Repetition.
Is it in Canada? Just kidding.
This also takes place in the Pacific Northwest.
Is there an ocean nearby?
Salish Sea.
Salish.
We got it? So she's doing what kids do on the beach, just looking for shells or just, whatever. Little girl on the beach when she spots a sneaker. It's a blue and white men's size 12 Adidas sneaker just sitting in the sand. Now, not unheard of, things wash up on the water all the time, or wash up from the water all the time, especially in the channels. So she picks it up and realizes that it's heavier than it should be. There's still a sock inside, and inside the sock is a human foot.
Gross.
A full human foot. Like, still inside the sock, as if it had just, like, literally, like, phantom stepped out of
the leg.
Yeah. It's just a foot.
Gross.
There's gonna be a lot of it, so.
A lot of feet.
The authorities are called, and they are definitely grossed out, but not hugely alarmed.
They're like, a what?
A foot?
What? Ew.
They're like, yeah, like, people drown, accidents happen.
Missing feet come out to the shore.
Yeah. Feet on the ocean. I don't know. So they're like tragic, but isolated drowning probably. I said nothing's afoot yet. But then, 6 days later, on Gabriola Island, British Columbia, Canada, in the Salish Sea, Pacific Northwest, less than 40 miles away and still along the sea. Oh my God. I really did repeat it.
Okay, I love it. I bet in your mind you're like, Tayler won't be paying attention. I have to remind her.
Honestly, I feel like I had to remind myself sometimes because some of it is in Canada and some's in Washington. So anyways, a couple are hiking and they find another foot. It's a men's size 12, white Reebok, same MO, stock is... I could punch myself. The sock is still on and the foot is still inside. Okay, so I was like, okay, it's just the other foot. But...
Oh, wait, wasn't one a Reebok and one an Adidas?
Yes.
Oh.
But they're both right feet.
Oh.
So different shoes, different decomposition, and also definitely from different people. So now we've got 2 feet. Now the shoreline is going to start spitting out more So we're in full timeline mode where I'm just going to rip off how many feet are going to be found.
Okay.
February 8th, 2008, Valdez Island, BC, British Columbia.
Not before Christ.
No.
Okay.
It's 2008. We're in AC, I think. I actually don't know how the timelines work.
We're in CC. Current.
He's copywritten on this.
He's CC'd.
We're both going to hell. So a man walking the shoreline finds a foot inside a size 11 Nike running shoe. That is 3 feet in less than 6 months. Just a few months later, May 22nd, 2008, Kirkland Island, BC, small blue and white woman's New Balance sneaker washes up. Woman's right foot. Different victim, different shoe, different location. Then, June 19th, 2008, 2 hikers find a left foot in a matching size 11 Nike running shoe. This is our first confirmed pair. This matches from the earlier Nike running shoe from the right foot found earlier. So now we have the right foot.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking that levitating song, left foot, right foot, levitating. So we have one full victim returning in pieces. And then we have August 1st, 2008, near Pisht, Washington. A camper finds a right foot inside a black size 11 athletic shoe covered in seaweed. This is huge because now we're in the US finally, so it's not just Canada's problem anymore. Then November 11th, 2008, Richmond, BC, a woman's left foot is found floating in Fraser River inside a small New Balance running shoe. This is the second confirmed match. It matches the woman's right foot found earlier in Kirkland. So we have Valdez and Westham, 1 man, Kirkland and Richmond, 1 woman. But it keeps going. October 27th, 2009, a right foot in a white size 8.5 running shoe washes up near Triangle Beach. Yeah, I put every shoe font like
No, that you said white and a half.
Oh, white and a half, 8.5. Did I say white and a half? I might have, honestly. It was a white 8.5. White and a half. I think it was a white woman, so I warned you, this is going to be an unstructured
I think it was a white woman. That was so funny. Like, let me just add some details.
This is all about theories and just making up whatever we want. This is it. Honestly,
so
unhinged stories. August 2010, the 27th, a bare right foot washes ashore. This one has no shoe.
Weird.
It's naked. This is the weird one.
A little offensive.
How dare you? December 5th, 2010, a right foot inside a boy's size 6 Ozark Trail hiking boot is found in Tidal Flats. 2011, we start escalating. In False Creek, Vancouver, part of a lower leg bone. So this one's gross. It's like the knee bone all the way down to the foot.
Ew.
There's a picture online of it. It literally looks like somebody stuck like one of the like skeleton, the like fake skeletons, like inside of a shoe.
Oh, like it just looks like
it's
a
like
leg
literally a bone.
Standing up.
Yes.
Ew.
It's disgusting. So that's with a white and blue size 9 running shoe.
Mm-hmm.
November 4th, 2011, size 12 hiking boot. December 10th, 2011, a foot and left leg bone are found in a plastic bag. January 26th, 2012, Vancouver shoreline, bones inside of a boot. 2013, somehow slow for the foot finding on the beach season, no feet discovered. 2014.
Slow month for the feet.
So slow year. 2013, somebody took a month off or a year off. 2014, Seattle, foot in a white New Balance size 10.5. Another confirmed pair. to 2016 Botanical Beach, Vancouver Island. Hikers found a foot in a sock and running shoe. 5 days later, same area. Another foot washes up. Same shoe, same size. Same person.
Possibly.
I said again, left foot, right foot, levitating. Then Salish keeps serving. 2017, leg with shoe attached. May 2018, hiking boat stuck in a log jam. 2018, West Vancouver, gray Nike free run shoe, which I was like, I wear those. 2019, boot linked by DNA to a missing man. So just another foot, though. Just a foot and a boot. November 2021, Bellingham, size 7, Brahma work boot with a right foot bones inside of it. So from 2000 until 2021, how many feet do you think were found?
From, the year 2000 to 2021?
Yes.
I don't know.
25 feet.
That's crazy. I know, because I was like, maybe like 1 a year or 2 a year?
Mm-mm.
Ew. That's crazy.
Yes. So I said, what is a foot in the Salish Sea? Because what could explain these random feet appearing across the same region, but only feet? So these were the theories that are floating around online. Now, keep in mind. Yeah. We're going to dive into them. Okay, so the first one is that people think that there was a plane crash or boating disaster. So that maybe a small plane went down, maybe a fishing boat capsized, maybe a ferry accident. Ferry, Ferry. Because I was also like, maybe.
Did they step into a fairy circle?
I'm just saying. Don't step into one, you'll lose a foot.
Don't do it.
So they're just like, maybe it was a mass casualty that happened in the Salish Sea or somewhere across the sea, because apparently feet are very buoyant and so are shoes. Again, this was a wild one to read about because like nobody can really confirm or deny what happened with this stuff. But so then over the years, like things with the currents would just be like pushing things up. But I just was like, okay, so why this makes sense is the Pacific Northwest has tons of boats. They have tons of ferries. They have tons of small planes that are often like rented. But there's 25 feet. Yeah. And I feel like only 2 or 3 of them had matches. So that's at most 23. What is that? I'm not going to math.
But also like only the feet?
Only the feet.
Or just the leg?
Literally no body has washed up that would match these feet. It's just the feet.
Yeah. I feel like that was like a serial killer trying to like show my thing's the foot that you're going to find. But everyone like...
I'm just about the feet.
Yeah. But then it was like so random that it didn't like catch on. And everyone's just like, what is this?
Yeah. He's like, this isn't landing.
He's like, no, I'm the foot
I'm
killer.
I'm going to move on to...
It's like, damn it.
He's like, I guess I gotta move on to other appendages. Okay, so people like that story though, because it would like make sense why all of it's like random, different sizes, different genders, even different ages, apparently, because one was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
But it doesn't explain why it's different. It's just the foot. And it's so like clean that it's literally like...
Yeah, because if it was like a shark or something,
exactly,
it'd be like ripping that foot off.
Okay, so serial killer theory. So some people think that this is a serial killer that's using the Salish Sea area or British Columbia / Washington / Pacific Northwest as their dumping ground, and that they're dumping these parts into the ocean. But why is it just the feet? That's what nobody can answer for me.
It just seems like Out of all the stories you tell me, it just seems like a serial killer thing to do.
Well, okay, so this was the other thing, is some people tie it back to a very notorious serial killer up in the area, Robert Pinkton.
Mm-hmm.
And have you ever heard of him?
Mm-mm.
Okay. You sounded like you did.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so he left a really dark mark on the area. I'll cover him one day, but he essentially would pick people up off the streets. He also fed people to pigs.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, so it would maybe make sense that different body part, like if he had been using the area as a dumping ground, he also wasn't like confirmed how many people he killed.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe there's also some theories where like if he was burying bodies, maybe like parts of the bodies were like falling into the ocean because of like rainfall or something like that. But I also feel like that's the internet just trying to make it happen.
Make
like,
sense of
don't
it.
make Picton happen. Picton's not going to happen. Like, stop trying to make it happen. But again, so serial killer theory, it might be a dumping ground. There are also theories that it might be like the mob sending messages, but
through feet.
Yes. There's also a theory that there was if this came out outside of the Salish Sea, possibly a tsunami, drowned migrants or people carried in by larger Pacific currents. Why this makes sense, the Pacific connects to larger ocean systems. Currents can carry debris long distances, explains why the discoveries seem clustered geographically.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple feet were discovered as local missing people. So this is why it falls apart. So some of these were linked to cold cases and missing people cases, often connected to suicides.
Oh.
So, but it also doesn't explain why the feet.
Yeah.
So that's where it kind of goes into the missing people / suicide reality. Pacific Northwest does have a very high suicide rate. And a lot of these people were identified as missing people who were found or associated with being missing from potential mental illness or near shorelines, last seen by a shoreline. So that's why they're associated that way. But then some of them were identified, like they were identified and they were like, yeah, they went missing, but in unsuspicious circumstances.
How?
So it feels another theory.
It's always going to be suspicious.
Yes. And so another theory is that it's a government cover-up because these people were identified as missing people, but then they're washing up on the shore with just one appendage. And what's going on, because these people either had mental illness or they were on the fringe of society or they had some sort of...
Okay, that's my favorite theory.
Yeah.
Love a conspiracy.
Yes. So again, some victims had histories of depression or disappearance near water. Others were sometimes tied to boating or fishing accidents. One foot was associated with a fisherman.
Oh, wait, like they thought the foot was the fisherman? They like caught a foot on the line.
No. What a catch.
They're like, it's a big one.
It's like a size 6. You're like, what a disappointment.
You're like, oh.
12 or above. Okay, so then this is the kind of like womp womp, but this is also the actual scientific explanation of what they think happened.
Okay.
Not as fun, but we got to talk about it. Water decomposition plus modern shoes plus Salish Sea currents. So the ankle naturally separates during marine decomposition.
Yeah.
Sneakers and hiking boots are buoyant. The shoe protects the tissue inside of your foot. That's what they're designed to do.
Oh.
The Salish Sea currents trap floating debris, and cold water slows decomposition just enough that it would keep the foot intact.
Oh.
But why is it only one foot?
Yeah, where's the other foot?
I still have questions. And there's only been a few that they've been identified with 2, but maybe that's just the currents as well.
Yeah. And then, like, what if, like, I don't know, an animal eats the other foot?
That's true, because there's, like, bears and stuff on the
yeah, because it
shoreline.
could, like, wash up Gross.
Yeah.
Really?
Nom nom.
What? Nom nom.
Unfortunately, we do not have a conclusion to this story. It is just an insane, like, conspiracy, unsolved. What the fuck is going on with these feet on the beach?
Feet on the beach.
Yeah. What is that? Cake by the ocean?
Yeah. Cake by the ocean.
Feet by the ocean. We got 2 songs.
Episode name.
But yeah, that is the crazy conversation that I had on Easter. I was like, what would be worse? Not finding like, you know, when you forget to where you mark your Easter eggs, you find an old Easter egg or a foot.
I would rather find an old Easter egg.
I feel like I kind of want to
find
I might want to find the foot. It sounds like they're pretty intact. It don't smell that bad.
I mean, careful what you wish for.
From the science
just gonna find a
description. I'd rather find a foot than a head.
Well, if it's between those two, I was like between I was going with the Easter egg, but okay.
I just always think about the Suitcase Killer and the Lifetime movie because they really just did such a good job revealing that head in a suitcase. And I was like, what a nightmare.
Imagine though, like
I'll take a foot and a boot any day.
I would take a foot and a boot if it was between that and a head.
Yeah, but you'll take the egg over the foot?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, to each their own. I hope you enjoyed.
I did. And since it's still unsolved, I still believe the government story, so.
I was like, Bigfoot?
Bigfoot? Yeah, because it's only feet.
It's only feet.
That's his thing.
Yeah.
The feet.
Yep.
Well, they probably, if it is Bigfoot, they probably did something to piss him off. So.
Yeah. He's sending a message.
He is sending a message. Because we learned that Bigfoot is with the mob.
Yeah.
So.
I was waiting for you to draw that comparison, but
I didn't even think about it.
It was the first thing I thought of.
I was too focused on the feet.
Yeah. 25 feet, dude.
25 feet. That's insane.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to tell you my story.
I'm excited to hear it.
So today I'm going to be covering the Appalachians. I know we talk about it all
the
lot,
time.
And we have short stories, but I've never
dove into it.
Yeah. So we're going to do that today.
I'm excited.
Yay. Okay. So before we get into anything that's been seen or reported, there's something you need to understand about Appalachia itself. Because long before cryptids, lights in the sky, or shadow figures, there were warnings. Not written laws, not official rules, but the kind of rules you hear once and never forget. And do you remember the Appalachian rules? I think we talked about them before.
No, I feel like I would guess some, but I can't remember them.
Yeah.
Isn't one, don't go in there alone? Or maybe that's a rule that I just made up for myself.
You're like, that is the most obvious rule. So I feel like that should be on the rule, and maybe they just don't add it because
it's obvious. It goes without saying.
Just don't go in there. Well, the first one's don't whistle in the woods at night, and we know that one. The second one is if you hear your name being called, don't answer it.
Yep.
If the voice sounds like someone you know, don't follow it, because they be mimicking. Mm-hmm. Don't follow lights in the distance, even if they seem steady or familiar. And by that, I assume maybe cars or flashlights, if that's what it looks like, but it's really not.
Mm-hmm.
If you realize you're lost, don't keep walking deeper, turn back immediately. Loss of time. If the forest suddenly goes silent, leave without hesitation. If something is walking behind you, matching your pace, don't turn around.
Okay, just don't go there.
I know, if you have to follow all these rules, I feel like I'd have to be constantly checking them to make sure I'm not messing it
don't
up.
walk on the sidewalk, but also walk on the sidewalk, but also don't follow the trail, but definitely don't leave the trail.
If your shoe comes untied, don't tie it.
It's gonna end up in the Salish Sea.
Don't you dare double loop it. Anyway.
Actually, don't wear shoelaces at all.
Just walk in your bare feet.
Mm-hmm. Shower 3 days ahead of time.
I feel like this is the Three Kings ritual. We just wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I'll stand on the outside. I won't go on the inside.
Yeah.
If you see something between the trees that looks almost human but feels wrong, don't focus on it. Leave the area. And I feel like this one's like really similar. But if sounds begin to mimic voices, I guess if it mimics your own voice now, not like someone you know, don't respond.
I feel like, who is that annoying voice in the distance?
Like, is that what I sound like?
Ew.
And if you feel like you're being watched, don't investigate it. Which, unless you're real brave, like, who really investigates
Yeah.
it? I feel like the forest, because you know how I'm afraid of the ocean? I feel like forests like this freak me out too. Like, I'm not going in there. I feel like you would. You're a forest person.
I'm a forest girly.
You are? You'd be besties with Bigfoot.
I know I would. Me, Bigfoot, and the fairies.
Stomping the grounds together.
Mm-hmm.
So no one knows where the rules originated. They're just repeated, passed between hunters, hikers, families, and entire communities who grew up in the mountains or around the same mountains. And when you start looking at the stories coming out of the region, you begin to understand why they exist in the first place. The Appalachian Mountains stretch across more than 1,000 miles of rugged terrain, dense forest, abandoned mining towns, winding back roads, and areas so isolated that in some places, sound itself seems to disappear into the trees. Which I feel like that's like what freaks me out, because it could get so quiet in there.
Yeah.
Don't like that. It's a landscape where visibility is limited, where trails can blur together, and where distance is harder to judge than you expect. One of the most well-known phenomena is the Brown Mountain Lights in North Carolina. These sightings go back over a century, with written records appearing in newspapers as early as the 1910s, but stories not documented in writing from the Cherokee are believed to predate that by generations. Witnesses describe glowing orbs appearing along the ridgelines near Brown Mountain, sometimes white, sometimes orange or red, hovering above the treetops or drifting between alleys. What makes these reports unusual isn't just the lights themselves, but it's how they behave. Some people describe them moving against terrain in ways that don't match vehicles, fire, or aircraft. And some witnesses say the lights split into multiple orbs. Others say they vanish completely and reappear elsewhere moments later. So one of the earliest accounts published in local newspapers were railroad workers claimed the lights would appear regularly at night, moving along the mountain ridge in a pattern that suggested intention rather than randomness. Despite decades of investigation by scientists, skeptics, and even the U.S. Geological Survey at one point, no definitive cause has ever been confirmed. I didn't write this in here, but there's also I know I've watched YouTube videos on this. So they see the lights, but then there's also I feel like they see it's like an invisible kind of force. They say they'll see something walking through the forest after they see the lights. And I always think I feel like Bigfoot can probably turn.
I feel like Bigfoot could do anything.
I know. I couldn't find that anywhere though, but I know that's a theory, or not a theory, but something that's been seen in the forest. But anyway.
Instead of hibernating, Bigfoot just turns invisible for 6 months out of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Imagine that's so creepy. You'd see an invisible thing, and then because the way it looked, I mean, this wasn't I don't think it was a real video, but probably not. But but it's behind it almost looks distorted. So
yeah.
It's it looks like the body of something, if that makes sense.
I feel like maybe it was an episode of the X-Files or something.
It's just me remembering it.
No, but it does sound familiar, where it was something would turn kind of maybe it was supernatural too. Maybe it's just a thing that happens on multiples.
I mean, maybe it is, and then it's inspired by it or something like that. Yeah. But either way, creepy.
Either way.
So many things in the forest. Mm-hmm. But anyway, moving on. In areas like Daniel Boone National Park, or national forest in Kentucky and parts of West Virginia and Tennessee, hikers and hunters frequently report the same patterns, hearing footsteps behind them that stop when they stop, or experiencing the sensation of being followed for long stretches of trail with no visible source. And I don't know if this has ever happened to you, because you go on walks a lot too, but I feel like I can hear sometimes footsteps behind me and there's nobody there, and I feel like it has to be the sound traveling.
Yeah. I was going to say, because like sometimes I'll be walking and I can hear like a bike or like footsteps or something, but I also walk on like a hill that has a little bit of like a like conclave, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the sounds kind of like reverberate off of each other.
Yeah. And like I walk by like, it's like the side, it's like a walking path, but the freeway wall. So I almost feel like it's kind of the same thing. It's probably reflecting, or I don't know if that's the right term.
Bouncing.
But I've definitely heard that before too. I'm like, there's no one behind me.
But I hear them. And
I hear them. I mean, I'm just going to say it's a ghost because that's more fun.
There you go.
So some describe hearing voices echoing through valleys that seem to mimic people in their group, like we said earlier, but slightly delayed or distorted. And those are my favorite kinds of stories to read on Reddit. There are also repeated accounts of wrong turns in the forest, situations where hikers swear they followed a trail correctly, only to end up in a location that doesn't match their mental map of terrain. While environmental factors like terrain, similarity.
Get it?
Nailed it.
Give it one more
Nailed it. I'm not even going to say it again.
Do it.
In disorientation are often cited explanations. The consistency of similar descriptions across unrelated witnesses keep these stories circulating in the Appalachian folklore. And so with that one, I mean, we've seen the missing person cases when they disappear and all of a sudden they're back, and this is a little different, but in those cases, they have like no sense of time and they can't remember anything. Like those ones are crazy.
I love those. Though.
Me too. You haven't covered one of those yet.
I haven't. There's one, and that's so funny that you brought it up because that was something that we were talking about too.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's this like, and I'm probably going to get it wrong, but I'm going to say it anyways. But do you ever see Changeling with Angelina Jolie about that?
Mm-mm.
Okay. It's based off the story of this kid that got kidnapped.
Mm-hmm.
And then he like comes back, but the mom is like, this isn't my son.
Oh, wait, is it the Changelings? Like because I covered that in the fairy one.
Changeling is like, it's a movie.
Oh, no, I know it's a movie, but I was wondering.
No. I don't know if, I don't remember how it ends, but it's like, it's not, anyways.
A real story?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
About this boy that disappears, comes back, the mom is like not convinced that that's actually her son that he's claiming to be. And I know there's like multiple stories, but I believe this one also has some connection with Robert Pickton, I believe, unless I'm getting them confused, which might be happening as well. I've had a lot of caffeine today.
Sounds legit to me.
Okay, cool.
So we're going to move to like your favorite part, probably, I would assume, the cryptids.
Yep.
I didn't include Mothman because obviously we have a full episode of Mothman that you actually should go back and listen to. Excuse me.
Keep it.
Take it out, Norman. Because I can't summarize Mothman. That's like a full ass story.
He's an honorary mention in most episodes.
So obviously Mothman, West Virginia. That's where he's from. Moving on to the other cryptids. So the Wampus Cat is a creature from Appalachian and Cherokee folklore with different versions of its origin depending on the region. And it's not like, oh, cat.
Didn't sound like one to me.
Wampus. And one of the most common Appalachian stories, the Wampus Cat is said to have once been a woman who secretly watched a sacred Cherokee ceremony she was forbidden to see. As punishment, she was transformed into a half-woman, half-cat creature.
I don't like that.
And cursed to roam the mountains forever. In this form, she became the Wampus Cat, a beast said to move on 6 legs.
Beast?
A beast. Okay, and it looks like a large, shadowy panther-like animal with glowing eyes.
I don't like it. It sounds like half cat, woman, spider thing going on.
Ew, I didn't even think of spider.
Well, I guess it's 8 legs, but you know what I mean?
But I think, I didn't even imagine it walking like
You're
that.
welcome.
Yeah, it's terrible. In other versions of the tale, the Wampus Cat is more simply described as a mysterious panther-like creature that stalks the forests, preying on livestock and sometimes frightening travelers. Sightings often describe it as fast, silent, and almost supernatural in the way it moves and disappears. Hunters and hikers in Tennessee, North Carolina, and West Virginia have described sightings of a large, dark shape slipping between trees too quickly to track, eyes reflecting light from just beyond reach of a flashlight, or movement circling campsites without ever fully entering the firelight.
She's like, whoop.
You didn't see me.
Too quick.
Too fast for you.
Got 6 legs. I move fast.
That's sick. I hate it.
You're telling the story.
I know. I just never pictured it like a spider. For some reason, I don't know what I pictured it as. Either way, even if it's moving the other way, it's like a centipede.
How does she
dance? She has so many options.
She has so many.
So, this is so much worse thinking about the 6 legs now. So other sightings that drivers report is seeing something pacing their vehicles along rural roads before vanishing into the forest. So they're like driving and this thing's running like parallel to them. So bad.
I hate that.
I know. I would probably crash.
I'd kill. Yeah.
Like, I'm done.
This is for me.
I don't need to live here knowing this thing is here. Anyway, so that was the Wampus Cat.
Cool.
The next one is the Flatwoods Monster. So the Flatwoods Monster is different from most Appalachian legends because it doesn't come from generations of retelling. It comes from a night in 1952 in Braxton County, West Virginia, and multiple witnesses who experienced it together. Which, he's on Mothman's turf a little bit, West Virginia. So on September 12th, a group of local boys saw a bright object streak across the sky and descend near a farm in Flatwoods. Alarmed and just wanting to investigate it because they're little kids, they ran back into the town and gathered adults, including a 17-year-old Eugene Lemon.
That's not an adult. I can tell you right now.
I know. So he was a National Guardsman, and they're like, let's bring this guy. So it was actually one of their mom, and then, because I think I said gathered adults, but it was just one of their moms, and then 3 boys, and then the 17-year-old National Guardsman.
Okay, so they brought a woman along. Good job.
Yeah. So they brought them to investigate what could have been a crashed aircraft or a meteor. They don't really know. So as they approached the area, several witnesses independently described a sudden shift in the environment. Some reported a strong odor in the air, metallic or burning, almost like heated machinery. Others noticed physical reactions describing burning sensations in their eyes and throat that began shortly after nearing the hill where the object was believed to have landed. Then came the sighting itself. But not everyone described it the same way. The boys who were the closest at first described a towering figure rising above the hillside, far larger than a human, with a dark lower form that seemed almost structured or draped. Some of them described it as having a rigid skirt-like shape beneath it.
Cute.
I know. Fashion.
Serving.
He's like, thank you. While others remembered it as more like fluid, like it was blending into the landscape. And what all of them agreed on was the upper portion, a sharply defined spade-shaped head with a glowing face.
Spade.
I know. I feel like I can't take that part serious.
I was going to say it would be my nightmare if somebody told me I had a spade-shaped head.
Could you imagine him reading the articles? He's like, spade shaped.
How dare you?
Don't you have like a point on the top?
That's
of your
what
head?
I was thinking of. Isn't it like an upside down point?
Yeah. So rude. But weird that like the lower body, they're like, what is it? Like
they're oddly specific about the top.
Maybe it's just because the spade shaped head was so.
Keep saying it.
They like couldn't take their eyes off of it, so everything else kind of just blurred around it. They're like,
I was gonna say
what?
It's like the most insecure thing you have. Like
it sticks out the most.
Yeah, it would be like for me, like my chin being like, so she had a really prominent chin, and I'm like, can you stop describing me that way?
It's just like a missing case. She had a strong chin.
Strong chin, and that's all we remember about her.
You have a great chin. Some people would get that implant, okay?
The crimson chin.
I love it. Share some of that chin. Thank you. Anyway, so that might have been an insecurity for him. We don't really know. I feel like he wore the skirt to distract from it.
He's like, didn't work.
They're like spade-shaped head. So his head wasn't just spade-shaped. His face was glowing. So it just bring even more attention, honestly. You get over there?
It's just, I imagine that they're just pointing like their flashlight at his head. He's like, but can you look at my skirt for a second?
He's like, not just my head. When you said that, I literally, in my head, imagined the spotlight.
He's like trying to move from it.
They're like following him back and forth.
He's like literally like flipping the skirt.
Does a handstand.
They just flip the light.
They're like,
can't miss it.
You can't miss that spade, man. So anyway, spade-shaped head, glowing face.
Gotcha.
So the mom and the 17-year-old Eugene, the National Guard, gave slightly different impressions. One described the figure as appearing more mechanical or artificial than alive, emphasizing how still it was despite its size.
Despite that weird head?
Despite that spade on its head. Eugene reportedly started feeling his
I was like, what if it doesn't even look like a spade? It just looks like David's spade. That's what they mean by his spade.
They're like, so anyway, Mr. Spade. I mean, that would be kind of cool. They're like, dang, you just start feeling nauseous when you look at it. So, anyway, Eugene, National Guardsman, reportedly started feeling his throat burning and then experiencing nausea.
Oh, no.
And all of them fled in a straight up panic and went straight to the police because they were like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
The eyes remain one of the most consistent elements across all accounts. Witnesses describe them as large, luminous, and unnatural in their brightness, some recalling a red-orange glow, others amber or white, but all emphasizing that they seem to stand out in the darkness in a way that didn't look like a reflected light. In some descriptions, the eyes appeared to track movement independently of the body's position.
So now
it's like a spade head, and his eyes are going like...
Now he has lazy eyes.
He has lazy eyes.
Oh my god, they were just doing this guy dirty.
I know.
Poor man.
He kind of reminds me of the...
Careful.
Like the way they're describing like the animatronic type things.
Oh, okay.
Like the eyes are like... Because they're saying how still he is. He's not moving.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, as the group fled, several witnesses reported a high-pitched sound described variously as a hiss, a mechanical whine, or a sustained pressure-like noise that seemed to fill the air rather than come from a single direction. So I think I remember Mothman making something similar, like a high-pitched noise. I don't remember exactly, though. And then not just Eugene, but later on, the group reported nausea, vomiting, dizziness, and lingering irritation after the encounter.
Yikes.
Gross. This encounter prompted the U.S. government to investigate with a program called Project Blue Book. Ultimately, after their investigation, they said what the group saw was actually just a barn animal, or barn owl, with unusual lighting. But let's be real, the fact that the U.S. government got involved at all should tell us enough. These people all had a shared experience and saw something they were probably not supposed to see.
Right.
Something probably got out of wherever they were hiding it. And so when you put all of it together, the Appalachians as a whole, the warnings that have no clear origin, the lights that don't behave like anything we can fully explain, the figures seen at the edge of the forest and the fields, and the accounts that repeat across generations with only slight variations, it starts to feel less like separate stories and more like overlapping patterns. Different places, different people, different decades, with similar details that keep surfacing anyway. And my theory of the Appalachians is I feel like they're like, weird creature, throw it in the Appalachians.
Yeah.
Like all this weird shit. They're like, just no one's going in there anyway. It's like way deep in the forest.
I love that we can never explain the Appalachians. Like it has no rules or like it has no rules.
It actually has rules.
But then it makes its own rules. Yeah.
And you're like, where did they come from?
Yeah.
All these weird experiences.
And they're like, we don't explain ourselves, but we're going to tell you exactly how to act when you come here.
We don't know what's going to happen, but now you know the rules.
Yeah.
I was following, I think I told you like a long time ago on Instagram, this one girl's Instagram kept coming up where they bought this like old land. And I think the house was from the 1800s and it came with all these little cabins on the property. But I was just like, dang, that was like right outside the Appalachians. Like, I can't even imagine.
Bold move.
I know. Like, part of me is really curious, but then I could never.
I could
never. But anyway, that was my story.
I loved it.
Yay. So that wraps up our stories for today. And we forgot to say in the beginning, but we actually have a live show coming up this Sunday, April 12th.
Yes.
At 4 p.m.
Yep. At Bottle Shop 48 in Tempe.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in the Phoenix or Tempe area, please come see us.
And if you're further, just come anyway.
Yeah.
Drive forever.
Yeah. Take a Mothman.
Fly on over here. And yeah, so if you want to send us any stories, you can email us at
igsttystories@gmail.com.
Or you can follow us on social media and leave a DM or a comment
at IGSTTYpod. We're on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.
Yes. And also, if you're listening, don't forget to rate and review us. It helps us a lot, and we really appreciate it. And I'm going to be saying that at the end of every episode. So.
Well, shout out to us, because I feel like our listens have been popping off lately. So also, if this is your first time listening, welcome. We appreciate you.
Obviously we can see our stats, and I like to look at what episode obviously is popping up for people. And today it was episode 8, Burglary Psychos. Can't even say it.
That was the whole point, I think.
I know. Yeah, because we both fumbled our words. But I was just like, dang, this was a good episode.
So we're glad you guys like it too.
Yeah, glad you love it. Okay, well, thanks for listening.
Later.